This week's parshas is parshas vayeira. In parshas vayeira, Avram is visited by three strangers. These strangers were actually angels. The purpose of their visit for varying reasons, but one of the purposes of their visit was to tell Avraham and Sarah that the long wait is over. You will have a child. Avram and Sarah were already very old. Sarah had lost the capability to have a child, and now the angel, who looked like a man, came to them and told them that they will have a child in 1 year's time. Sarah, when she overheard the promise made by the strange man who was visiting her husband, laughed. She laughed at the comment of the absurdity that she could have a child at her age, in her condition, and she left. Hashem rebukes Sarah's laughter. Hashem says that Hayipalei mi Hashem davar, is there something that Hashem cannot do? Is mere nature, mere physical incapabilities a reason why Hashem can't miraculously change things? Hashem can always change nature, can always change a person's makeup. It's not a problem. He created us. Did Sarah not believe this? Now the question over here is obvious. Hashem is telling Avram, really, to convey to Sarah that how could she not believe in Hashem? Doesn't she believe in miracles? We're talking about Sarah here. Sarah is one of the most righteous women who have ever lived, and she didn't believe in miracles? Can't be. The commentators ask, it's not possible that Sarah didn't believe in miracles. You can't understand the verse as it simply is stated. So the truth is that the way they answered is by looking right back at the verse. The verse, when it talks about Sarah's laughter, says, "Vatitzchak Sarah b'kirba," that Sarah laughed in her midst. Meaning that Sarah's laughter was not something that was viewed externally. If you were standing near her, you wouldn't be able to tell that she was laughing. It was a feeling inside of her, and that in and of itself was considered a sin. For a person of Sarah's stature to even have a feeling of laughter, a feeling of this is a little bit absurd at my age, in my physical condition, even that was considered something wrong, and she was rebuked from Hashem for that. Yosef Chaim Sonnenfeld connects this to a famous statement made by our rabbis. Our rabbis state that Ben David, the son of David, Mashiach, will only arrive when we are diverted. We aren't thinking about Mashiach and the possibility of Mashiach coming. The question is very obvious. We are told that one of our 13 principles of faith is to believe that Mashiach could come at any moment, and to yearn for that moment and want that moment to happen at any point in time, every single day. I wait for it at any point that it will come, the coming of Mashiach. So why is the only time why would Mashiach only come when we are not thinking about Mashiach? We're supposed to be thinking about Mashiach. So why does he only come when we're diverted and we're not thinking about Mashiach? So Yosef Chaim Sonnenfeld says that when a person hears, after generations upon generations, great-grandparent, no one has seen the temple, no one has seen a descendant of the David dynasty for thousands of years. And all of a sudden, you're sitting in your office and your secretary tells you, Mashiach is waiting outside in the street. Go and greet him. The first reaction would be probably the same with everybody. Okay, that's a great joke. Pretty funny. Okay, I'll get you next time. That, Yosef Chaim Sonnenfeld, the reaction that we will have when Mashiach will come will be, we will divert. We won't think about Mashiach because we'll just think it's a joke because we've been waiting so long for it. So Ben David will not come, the son of David will not come, Mashiach will not come until we've been diverted. Because it's been so long that we've been yearning for Mashiach, and all of a sudden we're just going to be told that Mashiach is coming, that we're going to even have trouble even believing that. That'll be something that is so, even though we yearn for it every day, since it's been so long, when Mashiach come, we will be diverted. We will think it's something else. We won't even believe it when someone tells us it happened. Similar to Sarah, that she'd been waiting for so long to have a child, And now that someone told her, she couldn't even believe it. She yearned for it every day. I want a child, I want a child. She believed in Hashem's miracles. But when Hashem told them, when the angel told them that they would have a child, Sarah couldn't believe it, at least in her midst. The question on this week's parsha that I wanted to talk about was the enigma of Lot. Lot is the man who decided upon his separation from Avraham to journey to a city full of the most disgusting behavior on planet Earth, literally on planet Earth. That same place is the place that Hashem decides to destroy utterly. Lot, as a consequence of that, or as a result, you would assume is an extremely evil person. What's amazing, though, is that in this week's parsha, Lot is willing to lay down his life for two guests in his household, who he could totally pacify the crowd that was crowding around his house, demanding the two men, but instead he risked his own life for them. So what is Lot? Is he a righteous man or is he an evil man? He's a man who lays down his life for two complete strangers, but at the same time, he's a man who decided to live in an inhabitant where there is only evil people. Have a good Shabbos.